gentlemen, this is Last Resort.
What up?
And Uncle Kev.
Hi.
WarRoom Studios.
Here we are.
Presenting
This shit.
the next party jam.
Get your ass up, gotta get your ass up.
Get up, get up. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Get your ass up, gotta get your ass up.
I guess that good morning only makes sense if you drop it in the morning.
Hi, everybody.
How are we all doing today? We have no head of the table. This is just yours truly
Water.
and yours truly.
Today is brought to you by Deer Park Water and
No, if we could
Arnold
actually,
Palmer iced
yeah,
tea.
no, fuck the old Arnold Palmer.
Hey man, don't
It's
ever say
Arizona green tea, my friend.
that. Is
But
it?
if we can, no, this isn't. I'm drinking this, but if we gotta plug anything, you gotta plug the green tea. I just wanted to save my green tea for later tonight. I drank Donnie's tea instead.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to the podcast. This is episode number 5. This many.
Yeah, we
That's
dropped
funny.
one last week, and we're actually fucking dropping one consecutively like we planned to.
And it's raining right now
I'm proud of us.
because it's raining.
No, that's not why I'm proud.
We did this. No, but this is episode number 5. It's called What Grinds Our Gears because apparently we have not had a good day here. But we'll be there for you.
If you're looking for positivity, this isn't the episode. We'll give it to you at the end, maybe. But right now, let's get into the shits. Kev, you go first. Okay.
No, I seriously want to hear what's going on with you, man, because you did not come into the studio a happy boy today.
Yeah, I fucking hate it when my peace and my mojo is interrupted, disrupted, or destroyed in any way, shape, or form. You know that. I think that what you put in your head is very fucking important. Well, I've been disappointed.
I hope you guys caught that noise.
Yeah, excuse me. There it was again.
2 times.
Dude, where do I want to fucking start?
Sometimes it helps when you start at the beginning.
Yeah, well, that's a complicated issue. I should have thought this through before we turned this on.
Hey, man.
That at the end of the day, well, I don't want to mention names. At the end of the day, I was extremely fucking disappointed today. One of my close friends started a bunch of bullshit, decided to disrespect me, and yell and scream and holler and get in my fucking face on my property in front of my family over some horse shit. Granted, we both know I have a tendency to talk loud. There's a difference between me talking loud and me yelling. Anybody who knows that, knows me, knows that. I was raised in an Italian household, you know what I mean? We talk fucking loud, you know? Well, long story short, I go to pick up this truck that I got for the flip truck that I'm building. It had a shit ton of brand new parts on it. I got it for a killer deal. Gave $1,000 to this guy for a 68 C10 with a clean title. Had, ready for this? This is fantastic. Brand new doors, passenger and driver. Brand new front fenders for the 68. Brand new core support. Brand new polyurethane motor mount bushings. Lowering springs front and rear. So a complete kit with the spring, not only the springs but also the shocks and whatnot. Came with a fucking dual cylinder Willwood fucking master cylinder. And to put it in perspective, the doors alone brand new. And like I said, these are brand new repop doors. Somebody started a project, decided not to finish it. And they decided to just call it quits and get whatever they could because they've had it up for sale. Dude came to me about it probably 2 years ago. But he wanted like $3,000 for it, rightfully so, shit ton of brand new parts. And I'm like, man, I can't do it. I already got 3 of these trucks. Another year goes by, $2,000. No. Came to me a couple weeks ago, was like, look, man, I just want to get $1,000 out of it. Nobody wants it, whatever. Nobody's going to do anything with it. So I gave it to him because I'm in the middle of trying to build that truck anyway. And the doors brand new are $350 some bucks for this C10 for one. That doesn't include shipping. So you'd have about $700-800 tied up in getting just the doors. And I got all that other fucking shit, plus another truck with a clean title to flip.
I sent you something.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was odd.
But that's exciting. So we go get this shit, and we load it all up. We get it down to the house. Had my boy pick the cab up with a fucking big ass forklift. Like I'm talking, like tractor baling hay forklift, not no fucking Walmart forklift. Pick this son of a bitch up, take it down the road. That's some country shit, man. You'll see a fucking random cab like teeter-tottering on these forks going down the road. So we get it there, we put it down, we go back down, and we go to put the frame in because the frame was fucked up. It got cut in half from the guy I got it from. I don't give a shit. Had all these parts still on it. I'm going to scrap what's left of it, take off all the good shit. Because the truck was apparently in an accident at some point in his life, so the frame was tweaked. It's not worth saving. Part of the reason he gave up on it. So we go to load this up, and my good buddy that I had with me in the truck overhears me, shooting the shit with the old man that I got it from. Mind you, I'm wheeling and dealing. I may have also got him hooked up on this deal. The old man's got a 71 Nova. This is kind of a cool part. He's got a 71 Nova, and he came down to my shop because there was a couple trips going from his shop to my shop, and he lives, no lie, less than 5 minutes from me, so it was pretty cool. I go down there and he's like, look, man, we get and show me and stuff, and it was cool. I guess he hadn't met any like younger people like myself who understand the early model stuff, all the stuff he's real familiar with. So we're talking hot rods like nobody's business. And my buddy, this is his grandfather, and I just met his grandfather. He's just sitting there looking at me like, the fuck? Because I probably spent a good 2 hours shooting the shit with him and wasted a bunch of time, whatever. So we're talking, and he's like, look, I got this Nova. I want to get some gauges put in it. The steering column needs to get put in it. And I really like that set of double hump heads you got. I got these old school heads that he wants for this race car he's putting together. And I'm like, that's cool. You got this fucking wrecker, a tow truck, old school C10 tow truck. So it looks just like my truck, but it's a tow truck. Wouldn't that be cool as shit for the shop? So he told me what he wanted for it, and we get to haggling like country boys should do. And I'm like, I tell you what, I'll wire up your gauges, custom make the cluster and everything, put your steering column in, wire up your radio, give you my set of heads, and the materials to do that work is on me, even up for that pickup. So he was like, really? Kind of like really thinking about it. He's like, I tell you what, let me get a couple beers in me tonight, thinking about it, and I'll let you know. So I'm really hoping he goes for it, because one, I enjoy doing that type of work. Two, it would look good on the website. Another gauge cluster, custom gauge cluster in a muscle car to show off, and at the end of the day, get this fucking tow truck that can make me money, So anyway, that was a cool deal. We're sitting there talking about that stuff, and we get to talking about the truck that I bought off his grandson. I'm like, hey, yeah, man, I've got 4 of these trucks now. So think about taking the frame off of the one truck because the cab's fucked, and I don't have a title for it. It was just parts truck. And I gave it to my buddy who was with me. Now, he and I, in private, working in the shop, joking around and stuff, and you know how it is, man. You and I have done it when we sit here and talk about the future and things that could be, may be, may not be. What is it? What's the word I'm looking for? It starts with a fucking H.
H?
Yeah.
Reminisce.
Not reminisce. When you hypothetical,
Oh, okay.
you propose like hypotheticals and shit, and you horse around and like, oh, this would be cool, that'd be cool. He and I would sit in the shop and be like, oh man, yeah, we could take the cab off of that frame and do this and do that. He and I had already discussed the same conversation that I'm now relaying to this older gentleman. Mind you, I don't give a fuck about the truck that I gave him. Okay, gave it to him because I got $150 in it. Told him all I want's the glass. I felt like I was loud enough. My fault. I told him all I want's the fucking glass. That's the only reason I bought it. Got $150 in it. So if you want the cab, you want the doors, everything else, the frame, I don't give a shit. Well, he overhears me talking to the old man about how I'm probably going to take the frame off of that truck and put the cab off the truck that I just got off your grandson on it because the one I got from him is fucked up. And he got all butthurt. Well, I get in the truck. I don't know this yet, obviously. So I get in the truck, start heading down the road. I'm excited to tell him about the fucking tow truck that I'm trying to work a deal with, because I've done put all my cash into my shop at this point. I'm dead fucking broke. I have no savings left whatsoever. And you know me, I fucking hate being at that point. But the deal came up to get that truck, so I spent my last $1,000 I had saved up, dude, because I done got the shop open, running, legit, licensed, insured, everything paid for, computer set up, printer set up. You know what I mean? I'm building a lobby on off the side so that I'm more professional, can have customers come in a more professional atmosphere instead of have to walk through my shop, creating a safety hazard and such. You know, so I got all my money tied up. I don't remember why I brought that the fuck up, but that's why, because we're riding down the road and trying to explain to him that, you know, hey, if I could do this maybe 1 night, 2 nights worth of work and get this truck, that's an amazing opportunity in my opinion. You know, plus it's a square body tow truck, so it's always going to be worth money, because it's not just some Ford F1 what the fuck ever out on the road that's going to depreciate in value over the next 10 years. It's a square body tow truck that'll continue to appreciate in value, which then makes it worth more for me to depreciate over the course of time with the business. See what I mean? So it's an amazing opportunity. I started telling him about that as we're riding home. I'm like, yeah, man. The old man was telling me about the steering column got fucked up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking, he ain't really, his moods have changed, you know? Mind you, this morning, man, I woke up just feeling the Holy Spirit. No jokes, all jokes aside, you know what I mean? Really just feeling that Holy Spirit. Woke up feeling blessed, woke up feeling loved, woke up just loving life, you know? The sun was shining, my kids was happy, had a whole day about me. Another exciting tip, and I'll get back to the story. I know I'm going in circles, it is what it is, but, you know, it all helps make all this make sense. I got my first big client for the shop. I'm building a 1962 International Scout for this gentleman. He had a bunch of different shops do all this different work, and they all failed to impress him, so he's taking a shot on me. I'm hoping I'm impressing him so far, fixing his transmission, and we're going to put everything together, whatever. So that's fucking cool. Why the fuck did I bring that up, bro?
You were saying something positive before you said what pissed you off. You were feeling good.
Oh, right. Thank you so much. So I'm feeling good, man. We got our first big fucking client. It's an exciting job. It's something that not a lot of shops take on. So when it's done, not only do I hope to extremely impress the client, but by assembling a rare car that came to me in pieces, like literally buckets in boxes of just random bolts and everything. Like, fortunately, he had this like fully diagrammed repair manual, so I got nice blow parts. Dude, I spent my entire day yesterday cataloging these boxes of parts, blowing everything out, laying it all out on the floor and tables and whatnot, and taking inventory of what he has. That way I can tell him what he needs, because he's got 3 of these trucks and he's had multiple shops work on all 3, and I feel like the other 2 are near completion, and it's like this one's kind of all the leftovers, you know, and he wants to put it together so he can sell this one. So that's did that just shut off?
Yeah.
No, I just noticed it. But that's even still an amazing opportunity, because it shows a couple things. One, we can build not only your average muscle car or your LS swap or whatever. Like, we can build anything at any level, at any stage that you bring it to us. Bring us a car that's completely assembled. We'll take it apart, document it, and build you what you want. Bring us a car that's in boxes, and we can still do the same thing, you know? So I'm excited about that. We're about ready to go work on that. And on top of that, I was going to go pick up my 68 C10. I'm excited about that because that gets me parts brand new parts that I needed. The whole reason I bought that truck was for those brand new doors, so I could put them on the truck that I'm building to flip. Because I'm not going for your average driver. I'm going for a full-on show car that I plan on putting into Barrett Jackson and getting top fucking dollar for. So I can't settle for some amateur body work on the original doors that I did when I was 19. You know, it was good enough for a driver, don't get me twisted. It was all metal. None of it was like hack job shit. But at the end of the day, if I can tell a customer that's mostly brand new sheet metal, you know what I mean? And all this has been body work, so it's completely smooth. It's a higher selling point, makes the truck worth more and last longer. And my name's on that, you know? So I was excited about that. And you know how heavy I lean on my faith, you know? When you wake up feeling that God is on your heart, I just talk that shit out, man. I was telling my wife how much I appreciate her. I love her. Thank you for, you know, allowing me to allow my faith, because we have different religious views, you know, and it means so much to me. And I like praying, just like, thank you for giving me the signs that have led me down the path and brought the team around me that I have and all the blessings that I have. Just like I said, I woke up feeling fantastic. So back where it went wrong. We're going down the road. I noticed that his moods changed because he had come over and we started getting down on the Scout. You know what I mean? I tore all my parts out of my parts camper so I could organize everything. He was supposed to help me with that. My fault. Started going down the road. I'm like, bro, what's the matter, man? He just goes, Tim, don't ever give me a car again. Just out of the blue, like everything I just told you, understand that this is knowing what I know now.
Right.
In that moment, I don't have no clue what the fuck's going on in his head. Okay? All I know is I just got done picking up a fucking truck. You know? Don't give you a car. What are you like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, man, you were just telling him how you're going to take that frame and put your cab on it. And he was like, what happened, man? At first you said it was just the glass. And like, he ain't fucking around. Like, there's no sarcasm. There's like tears in his, like, this is bothering him.
Right.
You know? What happened? At first it was just the glass. Mind you, I bought it for the glass. When I gave it to him, I told him, you can have whatever's there but the glass. That's the whole reason I bought that truck. You know? And frankly, at this point, that truck I just bought came with 2 sets of used doors. I got all the glass I need. I give you the damn doors that are on it. Take the whole thing. I don't give a fuck. You know? Well, I'm just kind of like baffled. He's like, you know, what happened? First it was just the glass. Now it's the frame, and you're gonna take this, and you know, I feel like, you know, you're Indian given, and this is like, what the hell, man? Like acting like I stole something from him.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. My first response, which wasn't the best response, it was just a knee-jerk reaction. And it was a knee-jerk reaction due to previous experiences with him that I've explained to you in the past, that I'll air out right now so the viewers understand. I was like, yo, I don't fucking owe you anything. I've known you for fucking 4 years of our adult life. And I knew you for like 2 years of our childhood life. And there's like 10 years between those. You know what I mean? We got reconnected and shit. You know how many chances I've given this motherfucker? Because I know at this point, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, I snapped a little bit. But there's a difference between me yelling and elevating it to fight level and me going, yo, you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? There's a fucking difference. Well, I was just so baffled because, like, this is really bothering you right now. And hold up, I appreciate the fact we're gonna talk about it, and you feel like because it's bothering you, we should talk about it. That's a good thing. That's sign of growth. I appreciate that. However, I'm kind of just like, I really gotta waste my fucking time talking about this. it just pissed me off for so many reasons. You know, I'm like, I was just wheeling and dealing, dude. Like the same shit we do in the shop when we're bullshitting, you know? Like, you really think what are you talking about? It's yours. I don't care. Go do what you're going to do with it. Not to mention, he was talking about when we were wheeling and dealing, talking about bullshitting, he was talking about taking that fucking cab, putting it on another frame. He's like, do what you want with the frame. So, what the fuck are you upset about? You know? Whatever. So, I'm like, oh. Talk with my hands.
Take it out on the mic, man. Take it out on the mic.
My fault, people. So, mind you, again, this is less than 5 minutes from this dude's house to my house. So this is going on while we're driving to my house. I start backing in, and I was like, okay, just because let's just drop it, you know. And then he go, you know what, whatever, man. I shouldn't even brought it up. Shouldn't even brought it. It starts doing that bullshit, right? And I'm like, nah, man. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out. I'm like, you're really upset about that. Like you're upset about that right now, because just baffled, dude, baffled. I'm backing in. I got a truck load full of shit. Back in, he hops out, starts to go pack up his shit. Don't even bother to help me unload nothing. So bro, I'm walking to the back of my truck. I have a whole front suspension to a truck to unload. I start dragging it off by my damn self, and you know at that point you're pissed off.
Oh, most definitely.
I'm yelling to the wind. I ain't even fucking yelling at him. I'm yelling to the wind. Why? Because I avoid confrontation. I avoid those type of altercations because I know myself. You know, I've grown a lot, and I do my best to restrain my anger, but my anger is my weakness, and I'll accept that. Bro, just started walking away. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? I got all this shit to, like, you're pissed off? I'm baffled. I'm confused. I'm irritated. Like, all I knew, like, we were having a great day. We went to pick up a motherfucking truck. Now all of a sudden my best friend's fucking mad at me over nothing. You know? When I give you the shirt off my fucking back, you can have the truck. I'll give you spare parts to put the motherfucker together. I don't care. You know?
Right.
Amount of shit I've done for this motherfucker. And you're gonna get pissed off and walk away over that? He gets his shit. He starts to get in his truck, bro. And again, at this point, I'm hollering to the fucking wind. Wouldn't you holler to the fucking wind?
Almost definitely.
At this point, I done dragged the fucking front suspension up off the fucking truck by my damn self. Mind you, that's like 500 pounds. Okay? You know my back's fucked up already. So I yanked that motherfucker up off. I'm yelling at the wind because I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This is fucking bullshit. How many times is this dumb shit gonna fucking happen? Yeah, we're going to get in it. We're going to get in it. I got more. I don't care. I don't even care if he watches it because this shit's getting real on Monday. So, bro, I can let a lot of shit slide. I'm a very understanding person. I think you know that. I mean, we've been together, you and I as friends, a long ass motherfucking time. You know me well enough to know I let a lot of shit slide. I'll give a man 2, 3, 4 chances because I know what it's like to lose your shit. You know, I've been there. Dude, I'm hollering into the wind. This motherfucker starts heading to this truck. I'm like, you're really going to fucking leave. You're really going to fucking leave. All because I got a little loud because I'm confused. Like, what are you talking about? And that's all I did. Kev, I didn't tell him go fuck himself or nothing. What are you talking about? That's the extent of loud I got. That's the type of the conversation loud I got.
Right.
Because when he goes, I should have never brought it up. I'm just sitting there like this, keep him fucking quiet because let's not get into it,
right.
You know. But then when you walk the fuck away, now I'm.
Yeah, and this isn't the first time this has happened. With
No,
you guys,
walked out on me, helping me build this motherfucker,
Yeah.
trying to give him advice. Okay,
Yeah.
you know how many times I try to give him advice and then he don't fucking talk to me for months. Okay, bro. So now all that back history, all that back shit that I try to be the bigger man, don't bring up, just give him that second chance, and he don't realize it's a second chance because I just keep it pushing. I don't have time for that negativity,
Right.
and you try to be a good person and let a man be, you know, doesn't realize that all that back history is now bubbling up.
yeah, because it was deep. It was deep down inside, and now
You know?
cat's out the bag.
So now, exactly, and you know how my rage gets, you know? Now this motherfucker come back to his truck, and I'm like, yo, you really gonna fucking leave? Now he starts screaming at me. On my property, in front of my fucking wife, in front of my kids. He's like, ain't nobody gonna, pointing his fucking finger at me and shit like this. Ain't nobody gonna fucking talk to me like, he's like, I just wanted to talk this out and you wanted to blow it the fuck up. I'm like, I didn't blow shit up. I wanted to talk it out when we got out of the fucking truck.
Right.
You wanted to walk the fuck away from me. You know?
He said, let's talk it out, and he said, no,
So hold
don't
up.
worry about
So
it.
he's like, ain't nobody gonna fucking talk to me like that. Ain't nobody gonna. I'm like, talk to you like. And at this point, that's when I start screaming, like really screaming. I'm not talking loud no more. Now I'm fucking yelling. You know?
Right.
Now I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And who the fuck are you talking to? You know? He's like, I'm fucking leaving. I was like, don't you fucking leave. Because I've told him already. I already had that talk, and I told you about this. I told him, I said, you fucking leave. You're fucking done.
Yeah.
This would be the third fucking time. So I said, okay. I was like, don't fucking, and before I said don't leave, I said, let's go smoke it out. Come on, let's go smoke it out. He looked at me, he's like, you got me fucking shaking. Got you shaking. Got you shaking. Bitch, you fucking walked away from me.
Exactly.
You brought it up. Your feelings, your emotions were hurt enough by some senseless shit, by the way. Did you pay attention to that? Senseless shit.
Most definitely.
I appreciate the fact that you felt we were close enough to be able to talk that out. I apologize for my overreacting and having too high of a tone by your standard, I suppose. I know it's a bullshit apology because I don't mean it. Because at the end of the day, I'm just irritated because it's the second time that it's like, yeah, I gave that to you. But at the end of the day, dude, I only fucking gave you that truck because every time we brought up the other truck I told you about, you fucking whine, cry, get in his fucking feelings, his emotions, be all upset that I won't just give him that truck. And I won't give it to him for good fucking reason. I bought it with my hard-earned money.
Right.
You know, I'm fucking keeping it so I can build it and profit from it for my children. You know?
Now, when we say giving it to him, like, is it I'm literally giving it to you for nothing?
Literally giving for nothing.
Wow. Yeah, that's a huge difference too. It's not like you're renting or you're leasing this
For
and
nothing.
buying it. No,
So when I was talking to the
it's free.
cat about taking the frame off of it and
Wow.
shit, it's hypothetical. It's the same shit you and I would do in the shop. He and I would do in the shop. So why the fuck did that get in your head and twist you up? At the end of the day, that's a deeply rooted issue that says that you don't trust me.
Very possible.
And that's how I feel about that. All right? But then you're going to he tried to turn it back on me, acting like I don't, you know, we'll get into that. There's more to it. So we started fucking yelling, and he was like, man, you got me fucking shaking. And I'm like, you, what? So I was like, don't you fucking leave. Don't you fucking leave. I'm going to go calm down. You have a cigarette, and we'll meet back in the shop, and we'll talk this out, which we did. We aired everything out. Told him everything. Everything. I'm like, you worried about me fucking you over? I told him, I'm like, bro, how much shit have I just given you? I'm like, when I call you, half the time you don't fucking answer. You go ghost when you get mad, which I'm sorry, real friends don't do that shit. You don't do that shit. You don't let anger and shit like that rock. You know, that's not the way I am anyway. And I'm like, this shop, you ain't helped build this fucking shop. I brought all that shit up. I brought up how my dream car, I go to buy my dream car, bring my best friend with me, because I feel like out of everyone other than Bubba and my wife, and unfortunately neither of them could come either, but I felt like he would enjoy that experience. It's a 68 Dodge fucking Charger, man. You don't do that every day. Take him fucking with me, and on that fucking trip, oh, you should feel obligated to give me that truck because of all the shit I've helped you do. Motherfucker. And then today tried telling me that was a joke. I'm like, that wasn't a joke, bro. Because 45 minutes to an hour later, when your fucking woman called you and she asked you what was wrong with you because your tone and everything was fucked up and wrong, you brought it back up. It was bothering you. Psychology, you can't lie.
He's got a lot of scapegoats, it sounds like.
Very much so. So I'm like, no, let's air this out, you know? And in the end of it, when I told him that I feel like he doesn't appreciate me, what I've done for him, And I feel like he's a quitter. You know, you quit on everything. You're acting like I owe you this, I owe you that, but or like I stole this fucking thing from you. You're acting like I would, out of everyone you know, like I would fuck you over. I'm the Lord, please forgive me. Try to remain humble. Amen. Forgive me for saying this. I can, because I can be a more giving person. I think we all can be. But I like to believe that I'm a fairly fucking giving person. Especially if I see something in you and I see potential in you and hope in you. Man, I'd be trying to help him fucking grow as if he was my fucking child. And then I'm just, after today, I'm like, yo, first off, I cried. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I cried my fucking eyes out because after he and I had our talk, and we can get into more of what that talk was in a sec, but I let it rock, try to be a bigger man and just go about my day, doing what I had to do, build my shelves, get this wood chopped up, blah, blah, blah. And I found myself having to go through quite a few breathing cycles because my blood was boiling.
Yeah.
I was proud of myself for having restrained myself because when he did that, bro, you can ask Julie, she'll verify this. I ran up on him and I was that close, and I just stopped right here, put my motherfucking hands back down, and that's when I looked at him while he was screaming in my fucking face and went, "Let's go smoke it out." That was my answer to that. Before I fucking pop this top, let's smoke it out. And then he kept fucking screaming, and then it started to get, whatever. But man, so I'm trying to clean out this parts camper, breathing to myself, fucking trying to get this, breathe this out. I decided to go inside, sit to myself for a moment. Mind you, he's in the shop, he's tinkering on stuff. Fine. I guess everything's honky-dory now because after he and I had our conversation, he said his piece, how so many people have fucked him up or fucked him over, given him shit, then taken it, Indian give. So he heard that, thought I was going to do that, which, you see what I'm saying? Wait, what?
Don't turn your thoughts into 100% that's going to happen. That's what's going to fuck you up.
Yeah, I'm fucking taking this whole podcast over. I apologize. But that's fucking stupid. Where was I? You're better at remembering this.
It was.
Oh, so I'm going through these breathing sessions. Yeah, I gotta get back to the conversation. Remember to make me get back to the conversation, but I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna tell you.
You got a lot to talk about, man.
I
Go
do.
and talk.
I'm gonna tell you. My wife made me cry today. She made me like, that's my ride or die. That's my one and only. And she proves it to me every single day and doesn't know it. But I could cry right now thinking about it. She said something to me that made me realize how much I've grown as a person. Ooh, see what I'm saying? Ooh, shouldn't have saved all this for the podcast, bro. Let him know that as a husband and a father with anger issues, I don't take that shit out on my kids or on my family or my wife, and I do my utmost to not let them see it, because I grew up in a very violent and aggressive household. Let me stop for a second. Well, told you, bro.
Go ahead.
So I'm just gonna run it through.
Some plugs until you're ready, man.
I'm gonna run it through because like this is how much this shit really hurts me. And it ain't him that made me cry. It was my wife made me cry, bro, because she knew. Fortunately, my son was on the couch playing with his tablet and shit, but she's sitting there holding my son, my 7-month-old, and my kids call this motherfucker uncle. I don't let that happen unless I got love for you. You know what I mean? Like, all jokes aside, you may be Uncle Kev, but you're Uncle Kev. You know what I mean?
Right.
Excuse me. Well, bro, again, he's fucking yelling and shit. My wife at the fucking window like, yo, what the fuck happened? Like, her shit started popping off. She saw me run up on him when he started hollering at me because that switch in me started to flip. And she saw me restrain myself And there's like everybody jokes about my temper because like, but the audience doesn't know, but family and friends know, is when I was younger, yeah, I was ready to fight. I don't give a fuck. Like, what you got to say? And if you thought that you was gonna be big and bad with me, I was there to show you I'm bigger and badder. You know, I grew up in a violent and aggressive household. I had a 500-pound man throw me up against a motherfucking wall, fucking beat my motherfucking ribs in. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do to me other than putting a fucking bullet in me that's gonna hurt me? You know? So when someone tries getting big with me and tries to assert dominance, I assert dominance. I let you know that there's a reason I fucking, what's the word? When I look at a lion, I feel like I'm a fucking lion. You know? I saw this thing, Kev, and this quote sticks with me. He said, you know why a lion's the king of the jungle? And I stole this off of TikTok. I don't know who the fuck said it, but it really stuck with me. And I love it because a lion's always been one of my favorite animals. It's very majestic and a very powerful animal. When a lion, he said, a lion is not the biggest animal in the jungle. That's an elephant. A lion's not the tallest. That's a giraffe. A lion's not the fastest. That's a cheetah. You know what makes the lion a king of the jungle is when an elephant sees a lion, an elephant thinks run. When a lion sees an elephant, the lion thinks dinner. You know what I'm saying? So that's my mentality. That's been my mentality about life. That's why when you like, and you know this, you told me how many times I got too many things on the stove. I got too many pots burning, you know. I'm like,
I told you that today, literally.
Yeah, literally. Like, but I feel like if you want to be a fucking king, you got to be a lion. That's what it takes to be a king of the jungle. So that's my mindset. I try to have a boss mentality, a boss mindset. You know, so when Rick Ross speaks, I fucking get it, dog. So this motherfucker started barking, you know, and it fucking flips that switch.
Right.
It's like, so my wife saw me check myself. She saw me run up on him about ready to fucking, and then just take that deep breath, put my fist down, take that guard down a little bit, and go, yo, let's go fucking smoke it out. Come on. Smoke it out. Let's go. You know? And when I went inside and she was like, you okay? I was like, I think I need to go have a smoke break to myself. She was like, yeah, I was talking to mom. She called her mom and was like, I'm surprised he didn't beat the shit out of him. She was like, that really shows how much Tim's grown. Bro, that hit me so hard because when I've had verbal arguments, sure, I haven't been in a physical altercation in a very long time because, like I said, I try to avoid it. And everyone makes jokes and cracks like they don't understand how hard it is to live with an anger like this. Like, so much shit try to set you the fuck off. And this motherfucker want to talk about stress in our conversation. And I get it. Got a baby on the way. Sure, I get it. Ain't got a job, trying to make some money. I get it, 100%. But trying to talk like that's an excuse as to why he fucking part of the reason he lashed it, bro. We all got shit going on.
Right. He has no idea to fathom what you're actually going through with everything on your plate, with everything you want to do.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
you.
It's God honest truth. You know, he's trying to play the victim.
Exactly.
You can't play the victim when you're
with
nowhere
me.
near what somebody else is going through.
And yeah, thank you. Right. And it's like I try not to be like that, but at the end of the day, that's fucking fact. So no, I'm sorry, that's not an excuse. Try again. You fucked with the wrong one, you know? So what's irritating is, and it's bugging me because I know I did the right thing. I walked away. I tried my hardest to diffuse the situation, and then I forced him to talk about it instead of running away like a fucking scared dog like he normally does. In this conversation, there's so many points that we'll discuss in further detail off air, but because I can't think of them all right now, you know, you're mile a minute type shit. But after I diffused the situation, try to be the bigger man, I try to go about my day. And in trying to going about my day, you start thinking, you're playing it over in your head. And then I start realizing I get past the initial disrespect of the fucking, you know, why he was upset. Like, I get past being understanding of trying to understand his side and trying to get him to understand mine. You get past that and you start realizing, like, taking it all into account, letting it really simmer and soak in. And I'm like, yo, my mother walked into my shop. I told her to hit the fucking bricks. Okay? You really think you can yell at me like that in front of my family? Like, it's one thing to be the bigger man because the alternative is me in jail, and that's harmful to my family. And that's what growing up is. That's what being an adult is. But I'm not going to lie to you, Kevin. I said the same thing to my wife. I said, thank you for finally understanding how hard it's been for me to grow past this rage. Thank you for finally seeing what it is I battle with and seeing that I have grown and changed like I've told her I have. But I told her, I said, I feel like less of a man for not caving his fucking face in, for disrespecting me like that in front of my fucking family. So, what's the response to that? And I'll tell you what it is, because I've, like I said, I've had the past couple hours to think about this. And that's what boils my blood. That's why I was in those breathing sessions. That's why after having those breathing sessions by myself in my parts camper, I decided to go inside and have a smoke break to myself. You know, because my mind obsesses. Because I can't, that's that rage.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your mind obsesses. So I couldn't stop fucking thinking about it. And I'm just like, yo, I don't allow disrespect in my life. I don't allow negativity in my life. And I can't help but to think that this is just a trend with you. And God works in mysterious ways, my friend. You and I had a conversation off air less than a week ago about this. And I've had a lot of anxiety about the decisions, about life-changing decisions involving this individual. Putting a lot of trust, faith, and effort in. And I can't shake the feeling that he's not committed to the goals and dreams that I have for my family. And at the end of the day, when I say my family, like, Kev, you're family to me. You know what I mean? Like, we have a common goal, and that common is to succeed together. That to me means that my family's well-being is in your interest. You understand? That means if my kids call you uncle, they can rely on you. See what I'm saying? My kids called you uncle. And over some dumb shit, you're willing to walk petty walk the fuck away from me, scream and yell at me, disrespect me in my home. And the only reason you ain't get your fucking face caved in is because I'm a changed man. And I'd like to, Lord forgive me, but I like to be proud of myself for that.
Right. Yeah, let me.
Please, please.
First of all, I'm gonna agree with your wife. I'm very proud of you because it takes 2 seconds or less than that to throw a punch, but then you got to deal with being arrested. You gotta be,
consequences.
Your kids are going to see that. Your police are going to show. It's a
bad
ordeal. So, very proud of you for doing the correct thing, taking time and saying,
Thank
hey,
you.
You know what I mean? But again, this isn't a Tim thing. This is the said party thing. We've had this conversation. He doesn't have the maturity. For somebody to get pissed and then go on what I call baby feelings, that's what he did. Oh, well, you said this, that. Oh, just forget about it. That's child shit.
Yep.
That's what you said when you were a kid to try to get your way.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
We're adults, man.
You just said this dude's about to have a kid. It's time to mature up. It's time to man up. It's time to start thinking before you act.
And I've tried to help him so many times, bro. On those levels too. In
all honesty, I'm sure he's not a horrible human.
No, he's not. He has and look, he has an amazing heart. He has a good soul. I think he means well. The Snoop Dogg said it best. He said, in life, if you want to succeed, there's only two things that can happen with your your group of people around you. As you grow, they either stay here or they follow. So if they decide to stay here, all that does is hold you back.
Correct.
I refuse to be held back. So if I want to grow, their only option is to either get cut the fuck off or grow with me. I've been trying to help him grow. He doesn't listen to anything I fucking offer, advice I have to say, and anytime I say something, he just gets pissed. Like I said, like a child, like he's my child or something.
It's a maturity thing, man. Like I told you, day one, it's a maturity thing.
So again, I feel disrespected as a fucking man. Like, yo, if we're really friends, I don't care if you're getting loud like that. It ain't gonna escalate like that. You know what I mean? We should be past that. We should be able to, hey, dude, you need to give me a minute. And leave it at that, walk away, then come back and have a civil conversation instead of letting it fucking explode and then come back and try to have a...
Oh, and if you think about it, in hindsight, once somebody explodes on you, you've already got the ammunition to drop a nuke on them.
Yeah.
So it's a lose-lose situation for them.
I don't want you to know that whole time we started going on, all the things that started going through my fucking head, the nasty, the hate, and bro, that ain't in my soul. It ain't in my soul.
But it could have happened like that.
It could have. It could have. And that's why when Julie said what she said, it really hit me fucking on. Dude, I like somebody socked me in the gut. You know what I mean? Because it was just the first time I felt like she really understood that. You know what I mean? Like, because she knows I battle with my anger, but no one really understands to what extent.
I think it's not only her words, but it's also you reflecting on how far you actually came. You know, it's a brick ton of emotions that just hit you at once. So
1000%, bro.
So
that shit was fucking just weighing on me.
Yeah.
And weighing on me to the point where the life-changing loan I discussed, Julie and I had a heart-to-heart. I got it. I got approved for it. I could go sign off on it on Wednesday, but I'm not going to. And that's probably going to ruin that relationship. He's probably going to fucking... I don't care.
Well, see, again, maturity. He can come back and say, look, man, I got time to think about it and I apologize. Or he can continue being a baby about it.
I don't...
Regardless, I mean, it's your decision at the end of the day, but...
But you know what the problem is, man? Is like he said, he wanted... So we started talking it out. Like I said, we started talking it out. We probably walked away from each other a good 5 minutes. Smoked. After I done aired my piece, he done aired his piece. And all he had to say was, you know, don't you ever question my loyalty. Don't think that I don't appreciate that you've done this, and this. At the end of the day, bro, I've been in enough of these fucking altercations with family to know that all that is you realizing all the points I made are correct. And you realizing that you made a fucking stupid decision to pick on a fucking bone that didn't need to get picked.
Right.
That's all that is. That's not an apology. That's not an I understand your point of view. That's not a you know what, I'm sorry that you feel this way about me because I did this, or I'm, you know, that's not a how can we work past this. It's just, it's a bullshit affirmation.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's a thing to get you pissed again, is what it sounds like. Hey, I did nothing wrong. You shouldn't have yelled at me.
No, yeah, all he said was, bro, he was like, don't you think, he was like, I mean, who else would allow me to do this? And like I said, all you did was just affirm my fucking point, dog.
Yeah.
You know you fucked up. But where you done really fucked up? Dude, I don't know. If it went differently, and again, maybe I shouldn't have been hollering to the fucking sky. I'm sure that didn't help, so I'm to blame that with that. Like, I'll take partial blame here.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, even he could have been like, bro, calm down or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. It could have gone differently.
But you've already proved that you made the point that, okay, let's go. You smoke a cigarette, I'm going to go do this. We separate and come back and
yeah,
talk.
and he fucking going.
Exactly. So you did everything in your power, man. And I know it's going to weigh heavy on you because you could have, again, we started off, you had a blessed day. You woke up, you felt
that shit
good.
pissed me off,
All
man.
it takes is one person. That's all it takes. 19 people could have said, you did a good job on this, but all it takes is that one person that
Yeah.
just fuck everything up.
But man, he's just, Julie and I have gotten to the point where we're like, he wants to stay here. You know? What can you do about it? And if you're going to have that attitude over something piddly and stupid and think that it's acceptable for you to pop off like that and go to leave, and the only reason you didn't leave is because I fucking told you not to, let's just keep it a buck on that, right? If you think that's acceptable, what the fuck you going to do when I start paying you? I'm supposed to pay a man that treats me like that? Come on, bro. How tolerant do I have to be? I understand that being a boss, you gotta deal with some bullshit. You gotta deal with attitudes and everything. But at the end of the day, it's also to my discretion as to how far I'm willing to let that shit rock. And one, I like I said, I told him the same thing. I feel like he doesn't really appreciate this relationship for what it really is. I don't think he appreciates the time and energy and effort and resources that I've allotted to him and whatnot. But we're starting to go in a circle. But at the end of the day, it pissed me off, and it was like the final disappointment. It was like the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, I got tired of biting my fucking tongue and allowing his little fucking petty boo-hoo.
So if you calm down, do you think it will ever be back to a friendship? Would you still be friends with this person, or?
Man, that's difficult because truthfully, I feel like it's been like on a downhill for a while, and the only thing that's kept it up is me, because I'm the one that reaches out, checks out, see how you doing, whatever. When
One-sided.
it's very one-sided. It feels one-sided, you know. And I just want the best for this motherfucker. You know, I just want the best for him. But you know, I even told him, man, I'm like, I feel like you're fucking jealous. Like I can't. You can't have someone in your group that's jealous. Everybody should be wanting to lift each other up. That's just my opinion. I don't like having that shit because then you're counting my pocket. You're fucking. You're looking at how I'm moving, but you're really only out for yourself.
Right.
At the end of the day, you know, like you was upset. You might use this frame that I gave you. I'm like, dog, gave you.
Free.
You know,
no money
No money exchange.
exchange.
Not to fucking mention.
And who the fuck gives somebody a fucking truck? I mean, come on, man.
Thank you. And I'm like, even if it is a piece of shit, you know where it would have got built? In my shop, under my roof, with my electric and my air and my resources. I'm like, it was a fucking hypothetical.
Yeah.
And you.
Yeah. And to be honest.
But hold up, real quick. Like I said, God works in mysterious ways, right? I woke up this morning just kind of like reminiscing on life and where it got me to where I am and what the signs were that led me to this, that, the third. And I was talking to the older gentleman with the guy's grandfather, and he was sharing with me a story about this fucking $40,000 semi trailer that this guy fucked up, one of his employees. He looked at me, he was like, $10 an hour employee. And I don't know, something about him saying that resonated, because that's,
what did I tell you last week?
you know, and I'm like, yo. And then that shit happened. So I'm like, yo, if that's not a sign from God, I don't know what else is. You know, I've been sitting here worried about pulling this loan and not putting us in a financial predicament. Like, we have a little leeway, but it'd be tight, right. You know. And at this point, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna slow build it my damn self. Fuck them. Fuck everybody. You know what I mean? Nobody's helped me fucking. Like even Julie said, that addition I showed you that I've been building for the past like week. Excuse me, 4 foot by 24 foot addition. He's been there like 4 days out of that. I ain't helped build none of it.
That's a damn thing.
just because he ain't on the clock, he got nothing to do, so he's sitting there on his fucking phone looking at parts and shit for his truck and stuff. Listen, if we have a common goal and you're just there anyway, why would you not lend, even if it is uncomfortable in the sun and shit, dude? I've done shit for friends just to help out that have been in not in my best interest and have caused me financial anguish, has caused me personal or physical anguish. Like, I've done some shit that I didn't want to do because it helped the motherfucker out. You know what I mean? Because we had a common goal.
But see, again, this is just the immature selfishness of him to sit and watch you work while he's on his phone.
And when I would ask,
help Tim out, we'll knock this out faster. We can start doing shit.
And start doing shit. When I would ask, he'd be like, "Man, you know we don't like doing that carpentry stuff, that carpentry shit." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't like doing it either, but it's gotta get done, you know." And at the end of the day, like, it's supposed to be, I help you, you help me. You need all this shit done on your truck, right? It's like every time he brings up something that needs to be done on his truck. Oh, it's just when I mention I might want something in return or a favor done in return. Really, like I told you, you need the fucking rockers and shit done on his fucking truck. All right, cool, man. Help me get some body work done on this show car I'm doing. How much body work? Dog, what? Why does it fucking matter?
You need to hand deliver YouTube when it's up.
Maybe
it'll spark. I don't know, man. But I don't mean to diminish your whole story, but it all boils down to immaturity. Flat out.
Respect.
Well, I mean that comes along
with maturity. That's very true. Very true.
So, I mean, and again, not to diminish your whole day or what you broke down and you went through, but his immaturity led you to realize how far you've come to. If that makes any sense. So a negative turned out to a shitty way to have a positive as well. Just
the shit part is the carnage of this isn't over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he was intended to start working tomorrow. Oh, that's another thing. First day of work, they would be on the clock, start tracking it so I could pay you. Asked if you can come in at 12 because some chick he knows needs their big ass yard mowed. It takes like 3 hours. He ain't even getting paid for it. I'm like, so hold up. You got a kid on the way, a family to provide for, and instead of coming to work and making money, because you're probably going to bitch about making the hours up, instead of coming in and making money, you're going to go fucking waste your day cutting someone's, okay, whatever. So you know what? I was just like, that's the final fucking, I'm done. I'm like, you know what? I love my uncle to death. He disappointed me and doesn't want to fucking take the chance. And that's, he don't want to take the, whatever. I ain't even going to get into that one, but don't want to take the chance and come work for me like you fucking promised since I was a kid. I didn't think you were actually going to open the shop. This shit, but you've been talking about it for fucking 3 years. I told you in this fucking something, but whatever. Again, ain't got to get into it. But, that's a disappointment. And then the last person I got to possibly take a chance on, now I'm thinking about maybe my sister's husband. Because he does know how to weld and shit, and he's done some body work and automotive work with his dad in the past. But I think that would probably end bad too. So now my back's just up against the wall with it, and I'm like, fuck it, unfortunately, I'm not done growing. So honestly, part of what I've been thinking, dude, is I think a lot of this was supposed to happen for a number of reasons. I got to grow the shop to the point where I can hire legit professional technical help. That requires real money,
right.
And on top of that, I'm really interested in real estate investing, and I want to start heading in that direction. So you know what? Fuck pulling that 10 to put towards some shitty labor to help me flip this truck. I can build that truck at nights, weekends by my fucking self, just like I did with that damn Camaro. You know what I mean? And get it done on my own fucking time, my way, not have to look over your back, make sure the work's being done right, because you don't really know what you're doing. Build it my way and start heading. Basically, like, instead of the hot rod shop being my primary focus with these efforts, it being more of a, hey, work comes in, cool, make that motherfucking money 100% for sure, while also doing this flip truck. But I'm gonna start focus on putting that into instead of paying for help is what I'm getting at.
Right.
Fuck it. Whatever money I make, instead of paying for help, I'm gonna put it into some fucking real estate investments. That way, those things start taking off, start creating some passive income, and then my end goal comes true. The end goal is to have a decently running fucking business I can leave to my boys and sit there and build a fucking flip truck or flip car every now and then. You know?
Yeah, like I told you last week, man, I felt so bad for you. Because I
It's
knew
a
you
shit
were in
decision.
a rock and a hard place. I was like, man, I wish I knew how to turn wrenches with you. Because I'd help you out.
But you know what? That's what happened. I woke up this morning. God let me feel His love and was like, "Let's see if you're listening." Man, I'm telling you, I lean on my faith heavy. I feel like without your faith, what you got? You know what I mean? Like we are not all knowing. We are not. We don't know what the fuck's gonna happen tomorrow. You know, He does. You gonna listen though? You gonna make your life harder or make your life easier? And everyone's put in your life for a fucking reason. And if I hate to say this, but and there like is exceptions. Like you could give a man a million fucking chances until enough's enough. But everyone's put in your life for a fucking reason. Are they making your life easier or more difficult? You know? There's times He's made my life easier. Most of the time it makes my life difficult.
That's why I brought up the point. Are you guys probably going to end up still being friends? Or
Probably not after this. There's no way.
the fun?
No, there's no way. Because he's too immature to see my point and see how that his actions make me feel like he's just too much of a liability. Not to mention, dude, you had like 20 jobs in the time I've known you, and you quit on everything. And you refusing to wanting to acknowledge how I felt about how you felt, and then just dismiss it and walk away from me, tells me you're probably going to walk out on me again. And I tried hiring you once before, or tried hiring him once before to help me, walked out on me. And I told him, we had the conversation. I said, don't walk out on me. Guess what? He went to walk out on me, bro. He didn't because I said not to.
Yeah, if
Because
you just let it go, he would have been.
he did fucking rode out. So the only reason that we're even cordial and talked and dabbed up before he left is because I was man enough to just say, you know what? Not doing this. This isn't going to happen like this. So it's a shit decision. It's like, do I go, hey, shit like this happens, learn from it, but still give him that leash to hang himself with and continue to take this risk? Or do I go, you know what? I'd rather play it safe, play the game my way, because clearly you're a loose cannon that could leave me in a fucked position. You know?
Yeah. Imagine the trust of you leaving him in the shop, fuck something up. Like, what happened here?
Or doesn't care, or doesn't care about like the consequences of his actions, and then like you said, just or you say one thing, gets in his fucking feels, and then decides to just walk out. And I guess because we're friends, I'm supposed to.
And imagine if the customer's there. I mean, come
That
on.
exactly. This
That's
ain't
a huge market
like we
issue.
might joke about it, but this ain't OCC, bro. It's not like we joke about getting into those fights and shit because I believe that things can be worked out. I believe that things like that do happen time to time. But I don't know, man. I just can't shake that feeling that this is a mistake. And I've learned that I have to trust my gut. That motherfucker screaming and yelling in my fucking face. Just, do you know how hard it is to walk away from that?
Yeah, I put that every single
Yeah.
time I work.
Yeah, bro.
You can't tell the customer what you really think because you get in trouble no matter what. So, yeah, I totally get it. Yours would have been a just punch, but again, proud of you for not throwing those punches.
So what do you think, though? Think I'm making the right call? No cap?
Yeah. Dude, I told you last week, the red flags.
There's too many of them, right? That was a chair thing. That was my fault. I apologize. That loud snap. I didn't want to
Get
lean
the
back
fuck
no more.
out.
That's what I should have said. That's what I should have said, man. Yeah, this shit was tough, man. And like I said, we're grown now. I ain't had to deal with shit like that since my stepdad. You know what I mean? Like,
And you shouldn't have to.
no, I certainly should not.
Like anybody even out of me. I mean, you tell me a lot of stuff, but he's firsthand. He should know everything you're going through, what you're doing, what's on your stove, what's all piled up. He should understand. And for you to sit there and just tell me that you just built that addition to your shop and you didn't even lift a hand or say, "Do you need help?" That's stupid, Tim.
He helped me hang 2 sheets of plywood.
Ooh.
And hold them. Just hold them for a sec.
No,
Bitch the whole
we
time,
on
but
tick and tack on.
yeah.
Help me, buddy.
Hey, man, I believe in giving credit where credit's due, but yeah, set the pole, no. Put the fucking headers up, no. Build the rafters, no.
Just made you lift 500 pounds of stuff off of a trail or off.
Oh yeah, I drug it right off that fucking truck. I didn't even fucking care. I was so fucking mad. I couldn't believe someone was going to fucking snap over something trivial like that. He was like, "You have no clue how I feel." I'm like, "I don't." I'm like, my stepdad stole the truck that my pop gave me. Like, legit stole it, put it in his name. I had no legal right to it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all right. Dude, I wish him the best. I wish him success. But I ain't gonna lie, that shit has had me in my fucking feels, had me in my fucking head, because I mean, I don't got a lot of people, you know. I got him, Bubba, you, and Julie's brother. That's like the extent, and my one buddy Devin. But that's the extent of my friends, you know. And everybody's living their own life, doing their own thing. That's cool. I dig that. It's like hot rodding's not your thing, Kev. I would not expect you to come into my shop and help me fucking put motors in and out all day.
But what did I tell you last week?
No, I don't remember.
I told you I wish I was a mechanic, so I could help you build that shit, because I
yeah,
god awful for you, man.
And me and Bub have even talked about it. It's not his thing. It's not his flow, and I respect that.
Right.
And that was the one thing. That's the one thing that kept me and this motherfucker like linked and being able to like look past some shit. You know, is trying to have a friend with a common interest. And at this point, it's like, yo, it ain't worth it, bro.
That's really the shitty part, because you both share the same interest. You both have the same passion.
He's just not on the same level. We don't want to see.
It's selfishness.
He don't want to achieve the same things as me, bro. When I try to give him the fucking nuggets of success that I hunt out, you know, things that you and I talk about and you and I plan to implement, you know, ignores them. They're dumb. They're stupid. I'm trying to be a high class redneck. Like, no, bro. Like, I just don't want to live in the fucking mud forever. Yeah. There comes a point where you either got to eat the bad apple or cut it off the tree.
Burn that bitch down and plant it.
That's a little extreme. But yeah, so I know that's going to be an ugly, ugly, ugly conversation. Because he's going to come in whenever he's going to wind up coming in. And I'm probably going to take that day off. Excuse me. And I'm going to have to tell him everything we just said. It's like, dude, fuck it. I wish you the best. I wish you success. Go find an opportunity elsewhere, you know. But
yeah, like I told you, man, you got a friend hat and a boss hat, and they can't wear them both at the same time.
Not at all. And I don't believe he's going to be able. I don't think he would ever, even if this didn't happen, I don't believe he would have ever been able to separate those two things.
Now, again, I thought this was a joke when you told me, but like you said last week, you said, "Are you going to keep talking to me like this?"
Yeah.
I was like, he had to have been joking, right? Like,
yeah.
No, he was dead ass. You even said dead ass.
Worried about his fucking smoke breaks and whether or not the TV's going to be in the fucking shop. Just, yeah. I'm not going in debt to pay for that.
Well, I tell you what, man, if you are listening to this,
I'm sorry, brother. I do love you and I wish you success, but this is how the fuck I feel.
This is the real world, dude. And
And I didn't mention no names, so you can get pissy if you want, but there's no names were thrown.
But to finish my point, this is the real world. You either bury your head in the sand or you keep moving, and you can't keep putting your head in the sand, dude.
But Kev, here's the real thing that's bugging me now, because in my heart of hearts, and I discussed this with Julie, I was like, I don't know if this is just how I'm feeling right now or if it's in my heart of hearts. And her and I were talking about, I said, the fact I've been on the fence about this decision for weeks anyway tells me that it's in my heart of hearts. I really feel that way. I forgot what I was about to say. When we have this, it's the end of it. You know what I mean? And he might still want to be friends, but it's like, I don't know if I want to just say fuck you. And you know how I feel when I say fuck you. I mean it and don't come back. We could be cordial in public, you know, hi, give a nod of the head. That be what it is. And it sucks because we got history, but a lot of,
be bit so many times.
yeah, a lot of that history is us fucking either going at each other's throats and then there being a problem and then working through it. You know what I mean? Or tension or just, yeah, bunch of fuck it. Ain't got time for that shit, bro.
My problems are lesser big than yours.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me air that out.
Oh no, man! You ate up. I don't know how an hour and something.
Did I really?
I think so. I can't read.
Dude, I told you this shit's had me pissed off, man. Oh, you're good.
What's that number?
I can't see.
Here, I'll move it over to you. Your eyes are probably better than mine.
Damn, I bitched for a minute. It's like an hour 11.
That's what I thought it was. Yeah. But see, this is why we have a podcast, man. This is what we do. Like, seriously, if this wasn't recording, this is what we would talk about.
And you know,
it would be midnight.
I contemplated not recording this, but at the end of the day, it's crazy. Like, it's an honest emotion.
Yeah.
It's how you fucking feel, and it's like, yo,
Now it's documented.
don't forget you felt like that.
Yeah.
You know, bro. I was listening to Runaround right after this shit happened, and it's crazy how a song takes a different meaning in different emotions, bro. Some of the shit I was saying on that, and I'm not gonna do the whole bar thing, but you know, some of the shit.
Go ahead and do it.
No,
Go ahead and do it.
no.
Tim. Do it.
Just some of the shit I was saying, I was like, yo, this is really like resonating with me. You know, I restrained myself, and I was like, the beast that lives in me. I try to keep it caged, but it went and broke the chains, popped the lock, it's out the box, and now we playing games. You know what I mean? I was like, that shit's real, man. Like, that motherfucker has no clue. Like, my temples started to get fucking hot. Like I say in the song, my temples fucking burning. Y'all don't know what it means. It means I'm past the point of return. My body's turning green. Like, yo, I was right there, right on that fucking edge.
You lived your own song, dude.
Because that's really my anger, and that's what I talk about when I say everybody thinks that I joke about it, because I rap about it and it's been a long time since I've been in a fight, but everyone knows. You push that there, it could go there, you know, and I don't want it to go there.
I had a little shade of that one time when we were going through your songs or something, and I like jerk like that.
Motherfucker, yeah.
And he was like, man, I almost punched you in the face.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, damn, Tim, you was gonna punch me?
Yeah, man. Shit. You grow up with a narcissistic bipolar asshole. You develop some unhealthy tendencies.
I just twitched, and this motherfucker was about to drop my jaw, dude.
Yo, man.
I was like, you were really gonna punch me? Why?
That shit gets serious sometimes.
I got it. I seen it firsthand, man. Thank God you didn't hit me. We wouldn't be here today. But I mean, no. And again, everybody has their breaking point, man. But I don't know. Some things you cross and you're done, dude. You can't come back from that.
Yeah, man. Just like your home is it's your domain.
Oh yeah, basically, if you want a metaphor, he pissed on your lawn.
Bro, and I know you understand how I feel 100%, but for the listeners, it's like me and Kev being as good of, I would venture to say, and I feel it's very safe to say, that you and I are just as close as he and I. You know what I mean? We share the same, everything that I've told him, I'll tell you, and vice versa. You know what I mean? You know my family. You get it. We're good fucking friends.
Right.
You know? If I stood right here over some dumb shit, like I don't know, those AKG headphones you gave me so I could fucking actually write music, right? All of a sudden you were like, yo, bro, I'm gonna need them back. And I fucking lost my shit on you. You know what I mean? Just like, oh, you fucking Indian giving motherfucker. Like if I just lost my shit on you and started yelling at you like top of my fucking lungs as a grown man screaming and hollering at you like you stole something fucking from me.
Yeah.
How the fuck would you feel, bro? You would want
me knowing you, I'm like, why are you fucking with me right now? Because I would think you're fucking with me. But again, that's my personality too, because that's the only way I've seen you.
Yeah.
Is how we talk. And we started off on a bumpy road. First day you came to my studio, you showed up late, and I was like, I don't even want to work with you. It was that flat out simple.
But I love that. That's respect. That's like that shows me who you are. You're a man. You times motherfucker.
Exactly. And look where we come here. Look where we come now. Look what we've done, because not only did I give you another chance, but you showed the effort, you showed the hustle.
We have a common goal.
You gave me respect back. That's as simple as it is. That's all he had to do. Like, if he would call you right now and say, hey man, look, I totally see where I did wrong and I was acting childish.
Yep.
It's up to you to say, okay, yes, but I still don't want you to work for me because I don't want this happening again. Or you go another route. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But
nope.
I don't know, man. He's not going to do that. 100% he's not going to do that. He's shown the characteristics of never going to do that. No. He doesn't know why you're mad at him right now. Because he acted childish. He was in his baby feelings. That's what you have to call it.
He's like, I just want to express to you how I feel, and you're blowing this out of proportion. I'm like, I ain't blowing shit out of proportion.
I like, and I'm probably going to get chastised for this, but I want to call that women shit. But women don't even always do what he just did.
Yeah.
You don't like say something to start the fight.
Oh yeah.
Then, never mind. Just forget about it.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
That's.
It's like you poked a bear that you like.
Right, you poked the nest, and now bees are out. And now, why are you attacking me?
Yeah, now you don't want to fucking deal with this.
Syndrome.
Yeah, and dude, I get tired. I can't stand boo-hoo pity me shit.
Right. Because
we all deal with shit, you know.
Right, there's a time for comfort, but when you need comfort, this isn't one of those situations. You just wanted the bitch. You had no argument or foundation to stand on, and now you want to play the victim role.
Yeah. Hey, don't you ever question my loyalty? I'm like, dude, that's literally what you just did to me. And that's what I told him. I was like, that's what you just did to me.
Oh man.
Fucking crazy, bro.
And I know we keep circling back on this.
Yeah, I know, but it's that's that mind-boggling.
Right, exactly. We have the logic in our head, but it's not. It just.
I'm still making sense of it. I'm still just trying to make fucking sense of it. Like, I told you, bro. That's why I came in here. I had a lot of fucking mind. I feel better now that I've told you.
You can tell you feel
you're I feel better because I talked to Julie about it before I got here and shit, and I hate talking about shit. Drama. You know me. I hate drama. I just fucking hate drama. It takes up so much fucking time. Like,
it's unnecessary.
Yeah, like, other than the fact that this is at least content for a fucking podcast, so I could look at this as time well spent. If I'm spending time complaining about fucking drama, that's time I'm not putting into being creative, being productive, doing something that's gonna better my life. I'm just bitching. You know? Fucking.
Well, I get what you're saying, but to vent it out is
you have to. It's important.
You have to vent it, and that's never time wasted, because again, you get to that point again. If we would have never had these conversations, not saying I don't know what you talk to about your wife. That's your business. But if you never have the conversations like we do, you could have let loose, and you could have put yourself in a lot of trouble.
See what I'm saying, bro? It was so fucking shit. Like I said, a part of me feels like the initial blow up's my fault. You know?
No, stop. You're allowing yourself to be the victim. And
No,
you can't
man,
do
it's
that.
just, again, I try to radiate love, and I feel like that was a moment of weakness for me. Instead of
But
instead
you
of
didn't
trying,
do it, Tim.
no, just hear me out for a sec. Hear me out for a sec. Right? When he expressed himself, that's a healthy thing to do. He should have done that. Thank you, right? Instead of me getting clusterfucked and being like, I don't fucking owe you nothing. That was my response. Instead of being like that because of my past feelings about his statements and actions and such, I could have responded to that differently, because that, I feel, was the strike of the match. You know what I mean? He poured the gas on the floor. I could have walked over the puddle. But
I look at it 100% different. I can't agree with you on that one because you weren't the one that was sitting in the truck pouting. Because
okay, I understand your point.
would you have even got anywhere near there if none of that even happened?
I would have never even put two and two together. Like, if he was wheeling and dealing, like actually, fuck, dude, this is perfect. Less than a week ago, I drove him up to Wilmington to buy a new truck. Fixed that truck on the side of the road for him so he could drive it home.
Right.
And in the fucking, like, in him fucking talking to his the guy he bought it from, right? And in that talking, when he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take it to my buddy's shop and do this and do that, and I might get this, I might get that." I guess I could have got pissed off and been like, "Oh, you know, what do you mean? Are you like, you're not gonna pay me to do this? You're gonna come and use my shit? You know what I mean?"
And see, and that's the difference. Is that not the difference?
That's
Because you
exactly.
acted that way. Instead of him being happy for you when you got into that truck, saying, "Hey, man, all right, wheeling and dealing, we got a new connector." Whatever the guy is,
Precisely.
no, he wanted to pout. He wanted.
He's got
to
those jealous
style.
eyes.
Yes.
And look for a reason to be fucking depressed about my situation. I expressed this to him. Like, do you know how upsetting it is to want my Charger, my 68 Charger? Since I was 5 years old, wanted that damn car, man. Woke up every morning watching the Dukes of Hazzard, just like, man, that is a fucking beautiful car. When I was 8, went to a car show, and this guy who was restoring one let me sit in it, and it was the first time I ever sat in a Charger, and it was just cool, man. You're a little kid, you see this car on TV all the time, and he was making a General Lee, so I got to sit in my dream car. I was ecstatic. Went to like Duke Fest at 10. I've got models out the ass of a damn Charger. Always wanted one. It upsets me that what sticks with me the most about the moment about me getting my dream car was those two things. Homie fucking being upset that I was buying my dream car, and he was like, "Well, I mean," I was like, "Bud, what's wrong, man? Like, you're all quiet." And again, he act like I don't know him. Like, I ain't known him for years. Like, I don't know that when you're quiet and pouty, something's bothering you. Like, I don't know. Like, you're my best friend, man. We spend fucking hours together. We fucking hours and hours in the shop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you don't pay attention to your best friend like that, you ain't really friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell when shit's fucking bothering you, Kev. You know what I mean? When it's a matter of how you carry yourself. It's a look in your eye. Like, you knew when I walked in.
First thing I asked.
Thank you. You know what I mean? It's a matter of how much do you really care about your friend, right? Do you pay attention? But when we went to pick my fucking Charger up and we stop at a fucking McDonald's, I buy him dinner and everything because we got a long ride back. And what's the matter, bud? Just you're over here getting your dream car and talking about getting rid of this car, that car, and the third to be able to afford it, and one of which is my dream truck. And I just kind of feel like you should feel obligated to give me that truck because of all the work that I've helped you do to, build the Camaro and get Betsy running. And you see what I'm saying? So I go to get my dream car, and in me trying to figure out how I can even afford to have made that decision, right? I'm talking about getting rid of other vehicles that I've busted my ass for, none of which he has a right to or anything like that, right? we'll use the word obligated. He told me today that was just a joke. He was like, you know how often we joke about that? I'm like, every time that truck comes up, you get pouty and upset. You know what I mean? Because it's your dream truck and you want it. And I won't give it to you. And when I try to sell it to you, I want what it's worth.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like bro, like what is this? My own family doesn't cut me deals. You know? And you, if he was to buy it, I'm still gonna help him fucking build it. You see what I'm saying? But whatever. So, but that sticks with me, and so does that motherfucker not selling me that grill and all those parts and everything, and being a dickhead. It wasn't a great buying experience. I'm still very happy I have the car,
Right.
you know, but asshole.
I think you said it best when you come up here and want to stay down
Yeah,
here.
and I hate saying that because nobody wants to put anybody down. At least I don't want to put anybody down. But it's just a fact of life. There's people that live up here, people that live down here, and people that live in the middle and everywhere in between. It's up to you about how high you want to go on that scale, you know? And I have, you can call them silly dreams if you want, but I believe they are achievable. You know, we literally came from the bottom with nothing. I'm not where I want to be. A lot of people would look at what I have and Donnie, actually, not him.
What?
You're going to have to bleep that out.
I can't believe it out.
Let's just cut it here. Yeah, it is.
Well, to be honest with you, Tim, I know we don't want to say a name, but he's the only fucking dude working with you. I mean,
Well, nobody knows him.
well,
I
even
hate
if
to
you
say
say his
that.
first name, they possibly don't even know who he is.
Well, I just don't want to slander nobody.
That ain't slander.
That motherfucker.
It's God honest truth that needs to be heard, if you ask me.
Yeah, but even at that, like, you know. Well, I didn't say no last name, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And plus, if this person hears it and they get upset about it, again, showing their character.
Probably ain't going to watch this far deep down. Damn, I feel like an asshole now. Nah, I was trying so hard not to mention
You
name.
said Lonnie. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Lonnie. Lonnie.
Where was I even at?
I don't know, man, because then we
We started circling again.
Yeah, we scrambled there for a second.
Oh, the motherfucker, like, you know, told him what I make a year, and he's, damn, you know, and he's like, man, that's all I want to make. That's, like, if I could just make that. I'm like, what? I'm like, well, what you don't understand is when you make that, you got your tax brackets here, you got to pay for this and pay for that, and, like, you're not living with your mommy anymore at that point, so you got to pay for this and pay for that and do this and do that, you know, and it's just...
You know what it kind of feels like? And I could be out of place for saying this, but I think he's comfortable in your shadow.
That's awkward.
That's a weird statement to say, but...
I've never thought of it like that, but...
Man, that's how much you make. I wish I could do that. Oh, that's the car you're getting, and you're selling these 3 cars to get that car? Oh, man, that's awesome. It's like he wants to be in your shadow.
He's no. I think he doesn't want to be in my shadow. I think he wants what I have and what I've built for.
But he's not working for
But
that.
he don't want to work for it. That's
Again, he wants to be in your shadow.
when he in our conversation he was like, I understand that you've worked for everything you have and blah, blah. I'm like, I don't think you do. Because if you did, like, you would understand that if I gave you that, that means to me, it's not worthless, but to me, I'm willing to let it go because it doesn't hold enough value to me to want something for it. Does that make sense? I've worked hard enough in my life that if I want something and I'm going to have it, and I'm going to work as hard as I want for it. And if I've worked that hard for it, it means it has value. You don't just give shit away that has value.
Right.
Why the fuck would you... Stupid. Small minds. Man, it's really weighing on me that I said his name now. Damn.
It's out there now.
Yeah.
Lonnie. Grow up, Lonnie.
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
Yeah.
Tommy. Fucking Tom. It's always fucking Tom, man.
Yeah. Damn. I almost caught myself. Yeah, that's gonna weigh on me now. Is what it is. Because I hate that shit, man. I just hate that shit.
Well, we had the Tim segment of the show, and I can say my little...
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's raining.
What happens, Scott?
So
What grinds your gears?
what grinds my gears is people wanting you to do stuff in a short amount of time, and then they fucking drop it on you like, oh, I need this done right now. Well, you told me 2 days ago you needed something done, and now it needs to be done right now. You never sent me the files. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Last week he bitched, this person bitched about a couple things. He's like, yeah, you got to roll more off of my voice. Okay, well, give me notes. I told you from the beginning, if you want something special on the track, I'm going to mix it to how I like it.
Mm-hmm.
If you got something special, if you want auto-tune throughout the whole track, tell me you want auto-tune.
Yeah,
if
you
you
need
want
to know.
your voice rolled off, let me know. You can sound like a high-pitched somebody. Go for it. But when you don't give me any information, I tell you to, just send me the information. What do you want it tuned to? What do you want it rolled off? All you have to do, I'll give it back to you free of charge. It's no bother to me. I'll go do it right now. Week goes by, nothing. Then, somebody wants you to mix this. Okay, well, I'm in a studio session right now. They send me the money. Have you got to mix it? No, I told you I was in a studio session. Oh, well, just send me my money back then. Gratefully.
Okay.
How do I send money back on Cash App? I don't know. So I do the research. Okay, you got to click this little clock. You go here. You hit the 3 buttons. You hit refund. He wanted me to send the money refunded back to him, but his girl paid for it. So I'm not falling for that trap. Whoever sent me the money is getting that money back.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You said refund, bro.
Yep.
I refund it.
I sent him a picture that said you are refunding this back to such and such name. And then I showed him where it said, I got $60, and it refunded that $60 back.
There you
You're
go.
not fucking with me there.
Yeah.
But don't tell me, just forget it because he needs it today, when you've had days, weeks to send me something. Don't drop shit on my lap. And then he makes a comment, oh, well, I guess I'll just have to mix it now. Then fucking mix it. Why do you keep bothering me? Why are you bothering me if you can already do this? Last week it was something I didn't do right. Gladly would have fixed it. You've never gotten back to me.
Didn't give you any fucking hints, no clues. What he?
Well, today he said, "Oh yeah, man, I haven't got back to the studio. I haven't been back in Delaware. It's been a whirlwind." Okay, well, still send me the information and I'll get it done.
Yeah.
And then when I'm in the studio with my man Pat, we're laying down some shit. Did you get the tracks? I can check. Then he hits me back again. Did you finish the tracks? No, I told you I was in a studio session. Well, just give me my money back.
Okay.
Don't ask for a mix.
I had a guy come up. So I'm walking into Ace. These two guys in this bubble Impala on like fucking 24s or some shit. It was like, man, that truck was sounding good. So I was like, hey man, let's talk about it. They wanted to check it out. So I walk over to my truck, show them everything. Long story short, give them a business card, and they wind up coming down to the shop. And I quoted some work for him. So he comes down to the shop the next day for me to do this lift on his Impala, right? So I quoted X amount for it. When I get under there, long story short, it needed a lot more work. The parts he had weren't the right ones. Couldn't do them. But before I even started the work, he pulls up. He's like, hey, man, I also brought these rotors and pads. You think you can throw these on while you're at it? While I'm at it. I'm like, sure, another $100. He looks at me funny. I'm like, bro, that's a brake job. He's like, but the wheel's off. You're going to be right there. I'm like, I don't have to touch none of that to do what I told you I was going to do for you. That's a brake job. You want a brake job done? Sure, it's $100. He's like, I'll just have someone else do it then. I was like, okay, fine. I was like, but I tell you what, because I'm right there and the wheel's off, I'll do that for $50 just because it's here, you know? So I couldn't do the lift for him because he didn't have all the parts, and his car was some of the stuff was rotting on it, so it wasn't safe to install anyway. And I had to have him fill out a no work order because of that. That way, if anything breaks, it ain't on my shop. You know, it came in up. Well, he had the parts, but still didn't want my shop to do the front brakes. I'm like, okay, have fun, bud. I'm like, I love that. Don't try to swindle me. Don't swindle me.
And not getting into more business, but that ain't the first time that's happened this month.
No, I hate that
I think
shit.
that was this month.
No, it wasn't. But it was recent enough
Recent enough.
that it's like, dude, you're not gonna swindle me.
What was the word? We'll call it even.
We'll call it square.
I will call it square. Yeah.
That shit bothers me.
Know your worth. Don't try to fuck me over. But still, you're coming to me.
Hold on. Check this out. Like, not to cut you off, right? But like that. So that guy, he didn't want me to do it. And like you said, know your worth. That same day, I had a customer show up with a pulley that just needed to get pressed onto a supercharger, right? I pressed that pulley on that supercharger in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, $50. Charged him for that. You know what I mean? Know your worth. You know, while you're there, or let's call it square. Fuck out of here.
So you got a press?
Yeah, I got
How many ton?
20 ton.
20. You know you can make bank on YouTube too. People love that.
Watching that shit. Yeah.
But we're gonna put a bowling ball into a compressor.
Yeah, I think he videoed it, putting the pulley on. But you know what I mean? Yeah, I was pretty happy about that. Yeah, dude.
Another side hustle. That one's easy. Which is start
Yeah.
loading shit up in the shop.
Well, it was funny. He hit me up and was like, "Hey man, I need to get this done." I said, "Cool, $50. Shop's open 8 to 8." And he messaged me back. He was like, "Cool." He was like, "It'll only take like a minute." He was like, "Cool, shop's open 8 to 8." I don't care, dude. So I get it done for him. He pays me. We get to horsing around, just bullshitting. He was like, "Yeah, man, I thought about offering you 30, but I was like, it's probably not a good idea." And I'm like, "Thank you."
And see that's when you can start fucking with people at that point in a good way. You know, okay, this guy knows my worth, so maybe I can hook him up on a price next time.
Precisely.
And that's the same thing I do with studio time. Just work with me. If you ain't got the money and we got a workflow, I'm not gonna hold up the music for
Precisely.
a couple bucks. But
it's got to be.
get that past.
It's got to be mutual though.
It does.
It's got to be mutual, because if it's one-sided, it just doesn't work.
Well, this person with the mix, you know the issues we had. They didn't want to pay, and then they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you were going to pay me per track. I thought we were going to." Why would I do a multiple deal and then you not pay me for anything? I do a song, you pay me. It's simple. You don't go to Walmart and say, "I'm going to buy this bag of Doritos, but I'll pay you tomorrow." No.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
If you think I'm not professional enough, see somebody else. If you think you can do it, then why aren't you? You're coming to me for
a reason.
I'm not saying, "Hey, you got any tracks for me to mix?" No, you hit me up.
1,000% on that.
I don't understand it, man. Really don't. And the person that's doing this, I'm cool with their whole thing, man. Wish them the best, but I'm tired of doing these strange ass non-professional deals, man. It's just dumb, beyond dumb.
Yeah.
And it's a constant thing. Yo, we need this track done right now, and then you send me it 3 days later. Well, what happened to right now? Oh, well, I don't know. Well, I don't either. I mean,
I don't either.
You told me you had tracks lined up that needed to be mixed because an A&R was going to listen to you. Okay, well, where's the tracks? The A&R fall through? Were you lying to me? Did you get high and forget?
Who knows? Excuse me.
I don't know. Mine's very vague and short.
No, you're good.
Lot to let up, but that's just what grinds my gears. And again, I'm still the kind of person.
They need to respect your time, bro.
Nobody wants to respect anybody's time. That's the sad part. It really is, man.
Respect your time, your skill, your talent, the whole fucking nine. It's sad.
I just don't. I don't.
But at the end of the day, it's I don't want to say our fault, but who we choose to associate with, we need to learn how to get into a higher circle.
And that's the thing too.
Maybe you just graduate to that circle. I don't know.
They've even admitted to their learning. They're trying to do stuff. Well, I teach you. When you send me a track, if you want something special.
Yeah, but it's like.
And then you send me blank tracks. I don't get it.
I don't know. I think the refund my money part is where it gets disrespectful. It makes you feel like this is.
I had no problem.
Oh no, I understand, but I'm saying like it. I don't know. It sets a bad precedent.
There was a movie. I want to say it was The Bronx Tale or something. He said, that guy sold $20 from me and I'll never get it back or something like that.
Yep,
He said,
Bronx
well,
tale.
yeah, well, that's cheap to get rid of somebody.
Yep.
$20.
It costs you
That's-
$20 to get that person out of your life.
That, if you're $60 at the end of the day, I didn't cash it out.
Yeah.
Have it back, buddy. It's not mine. I didn't do
Yep.
anything for you. And if they still feel some sort of way about the other tracks, I'm a man of my word. I'll fix what you want fixed, and then that'll be it.
Call it square.
Yeah, we'll call it square. There we go. But don't say you need something. I go out of my way to do it, then.
Just
Or
get,
you never even have the audacity to send the files.
yeah, you just get tired of playing games.
It's
And you know what's
stupid.
real shitty? I was gonna let homie be on this. Homie's supposed to be on this podcast tonight.
Oh, you were having it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna let him
I got the
slide
message
down.
on my phone. Should I play that message on my phone? Or no, that's a dead giveaway.
No,
Because he said, you're taking away time from my buddy in the shop.
that's what I'm saying, man. I'm like, yo, you a confused son of a bitch, man.
Again, like you said, I wish you the best. Chores and levels up, becomes a awesome citizen of this world.
On that note, I think that we could call it on this one. Unless you got some more shit you want to talk about.
Yeah, I'm good, but I still think we need to find something positive to say. And my positive thing is always keep it square.
Always keep it square.
Yep.
Oh.
What's your positive? Mine is
Stay happy and healthy and keep your fucking head up. No, that's the best I can give you.
that's all he's got.
What else you supposed to do?
Oh, no.
Just hit that fucking button.
We're almost there. WarRoom302.com.
Oh yeah, like and follow, subscribe, all that.
Lucky13 Hot Rods on Instagram.
Yes, no, Last Resort and look, maybe I have to look. It's Last Resort, Lucky13 Hot. No,
Isn't your
Lucky13
business
Hot.
card up there? You got it on your business card? You
No,
have a
I don't.
website?
I do. Lucky13 Hot Rods and Custom /Wix.com because I can't afford the URL. It is. Type it in. I don't care. Or look me up on Facebook. Lucky13 Hot Rods and Customs. It's a long ass business name. All right.
Just look up Last Resort. It'll probably Last Resort 302.
No, you'll get nothing but Papa Roach shit.
Not Last Resort 302. Or,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
Last
yeah.
Resort Music. It's right on the fucking screen. Dude.
Wow. Wow.
All right, but we're out of here. Shout out to everybody in the 302. Shout out to everybody in the 2 world. Again, subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers so we get a custom 4L.
Yeah, we ain't even close.
Nobody. I don't even think anybody watched our last podcast.
No, we didn't push it, really. I didn't push it.
It's going to be pushed. It'll be premiered soon.
They gonna be like, yo, these motherfuckers is sad. They angry.
Why you not listen to my podcast? Why you not listen to my podcast?
Yeah, this is gonna be out in the ether for real though.
Forever.
Yeah.
So,
That's when you know you fucked
Elon
up.
Musk buys
I was.
all the videos.
That's how you know I was upset. Normally I keep conversations like this in the private, but I'm just like, yo, this shit had me hot.
Before we go
Yep,
into circles again.
yep, my fault. Love y'all. Be
Alright.
easy.
Love one another. Or don't.
Till we do this shit again.
Do whatever you want. Don't slow me down.
Nah,
Where'd
nah,
that
nah,
come
nah, 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 nah. Oh, sorry,
from? What was that?
I was gonna start playing the outro music.
Na, 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 na.
Maybe that's not how it goes.
No, but I like that one better. Maybe we should do that. Just record us going.
Nah, 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 nah.
That's the end. And then it just cuts off.
That's the yeah, right.
All right, guys, we're out.
Deuces. Oh, it is. Nah, 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 nah.
The end. Na, 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 na,
Na, na, na, na, na, na, na, na.
This is the end. Hey.
Get your ass up. Gotta
Get your ass up.
Shout out. Yo, go. Tag me.
No, no.
get your ass up. Gotta get your ass up.
So yeah, and then I told that motherfucker.
Go fuck himself.
Hold on. I did not mean to do that. What? I don't. Oh shit! I just messed up. Are you sure you want to quit? No. Okay, there we go. It's safe.